Alright, and low.
Alright.
Hi.
Okay, we're live. Hey, everybody, welcome to Talking Time. Welcome to Talking Time with Caffeine, the only podcast where we usually have no idea what we're talking about most of the time until we talk about it, and where we drink caffeine. And if you remember, if you're on Twitch, be sure to say hi in chat.
Or YouTube.
Well, yeah. If you go on Twitch, go on YouTube. But if you have both, go on Twitch. I'm trying to phase out YouTube eventually because YouTube sucks. For
meanwhile, the chat for some
Oh, no. Restart everything, cancel the podcast.
Oh my god, the way you just said that. Fucking. Oh, what the fuck? There it goes. Okay, I guess it fixed itself. Kind of. Great. Ah! Good job, chat. You failed to update faster.
Yeah, I guess the chat is just slow today.
Well, all it's missing is the exclamation mark lurk from freaking Vendetta Records. Wait a fucking minute. Vendetta I didn't even realize this. What the hell? I thought it was from fucking Hauser. Apparently not. You know what? I swear to God, they keep going exclamation mark lurk. We might as well make that do something. I need to make exclamation mark lurk do something. I need to get on that.
You should have a picture of Gollum or Shrek. I don't know.
Okay. Anyways,
so how's your dog doing?
not really much anything new. Gotta watch her. I don't even know if the stitches we got for her are supposed to be like the ones where it kind of forms with your skin and just kind of merges, or if it removed at some point. Not sure. Hopefully my parents got the one where it merges unless it costed a lot.
Nothing really much has happened. I mean, Brandon took me home today, and we listened to music in the car, and that was about it. When I got home, I fell asleep, and then when I woke up, I played Smash, so.
Meanwhile, I accidentally pulled an all-nighter last night.
Yeah, I saw that. Freaking... How long were you up? Till like 4 a.m. or something?
I think it might have been around 3, but I was actually up past the live stream that I did, the 7-hour live stream. I was up past that. Fucking, I don't know why, but for some reason, it's like, unless I absolutely have to wake up early in the morning for whatever reason, I will literally just end up watching videos and getting lost in the realm of YouTube, apparently. I don't know how it happened. Yeah, and apparently it went so long that I literally accidentally pulled an all-nighter, and I'm like, god damn. And the funny thing is that I'm supposed to recover from the all-nighter I had on Saturday. Nope, apparently I fucking did a whole nother all-nighter on my own. Yeah, that's cool. I don't know what my problem is.
The screen burn. I don't know.
I mean, I have read that, you know, using electronics can keep... What?
That happens with me. I forgot what it's called, but electronics have a lot of blue light in them, which is why electronics have a blue light filter now. Most phones do. So like
Blue
when you're
light
on your
filter?
phone for a while, it makes your brain think that it's still daytime because it associates blue with the sky, something like that. So it's made me stay up all night trying to fall asleep. Like, have you ever been on your phone and then it's like 12? Like, all right, I have to rest, and then you're just like wide awake for 2 or 3 more hours. You're like, oh man, I'm gonna have to fall asleep for like an hour and 30 minutes today.
Yeah.
So
I,
it sucks
I,
because
I usually watch videos on my phone till I fall asleep. So I pass out.
I don't know how people pass out. It seems impossible for me. Like,
I mean,
I've seen people like fall asleep on their desks in classrooms, and I'm just like, how do you guys fucking do this shit? Because every time I sleep in a class, I think I've actually fell asleep legitimately once, but only one time in my life has it happened. Every other time, I've never truly fallen asleep in a class. I was only in like a state where it's like I'm aware of what's going on, and I could literally just pick my head up whenever I wanted to.
I wouldn't trust anyone. I wouldn't trust anyone if it falls asleep in my class, because they probably prank me good.
I've that's what I do too. Well, in certain situations, just don't fall asleep. Like during class time, if I'm really tired, then I'll just rest my head, and like I'll get rest. Like I'll feel better after a while, but I'll still be awake during it. Like all I would be doing is closing my eyes, not really going to sleep.
Yeah, exactly.
I did one time. One time I fell asleep on a bus, because I was still super tired, and I actually fell asleep, and I woke up when the bus stopped. But what happened was my leg lost circulation, so when I stood up, there was no feeling in my right leg, and it felt like I was wearing a peg leg. Like, by no feeling, I mean it wasn't even buzzy, like, you know, like the pins and needles feeling. Yeah, I had that. Like, straight up, I could not feel my right leg, and it slowly came back. It was really odd.
It's even weirder because I don't know why, but it feels like I'm weaker in that area if I don't feel anything. Like, you try taking a step on, let's say your foot is asleep, you try taking a step on that slipped foot. Slipped? I meant slept. Anyways, your sleeping foot, and it's like, oh god, I think I'm about to fall over.
Yeah, it's so I am too. Have you ever gotten like, I don't get this more, or I don't get this as much as I did before, but when I was little, when I would run around, my ankle would just get really hurt for no reason. Like just a super sharp pain in my ankle. Yeah, it's weird. And I would call it twisting my ankle, even though it really isn't twisting your ankle. It just feels like a sharp pain. I don't know. And during middle school, since I was growing, I guess my foot was like too big for my skin or something. So when I would step, right in the middle of my foot, it would like pull the skin apart. So like I would have to walk really weirdly.
Yeah.
It would hurt.
I remember in 5th grade, somebody fell asleep in class, so we wrote a note, a paper saying "Sleeping Beauty," and put it in the yearbook.
Wow.
He's in the yearbook for all eternity now. But
Boy, was surprised.
Yeah. Eventually, we woke him up for the next class, but yeah, I don't know if I still am. I think I am, but since I was younger, I was a pretty sound sleeper. Once I'm out, I am out. Nothing take like a freaking party big thing, something big to wake me up. Like when I was young, my mom was complaining about parties next door. I'm like, what parties next door? So I was out of it. And then at camp, I was sleeping when the girls at church camp, I was sleeping in the cabin, and we set up alarms. We set up alarms to get people coming to the thing. and some girls came in and set off the alarms, and the rest of my bunk got up, and sprayed them up with shaving cream and stuff. I slept through the whole thing. I didn't have to wait to hear the thing. All this noise, and I slept through it.
Wow.
Oh.
You know what happened to me one time? So, you know how when you try and fall asleep with the light on in your room, it's just like really annoying and you can't that much?
Yeah, because it's on your eyelids and you're just like, no, stop.
Well, as a kid, I don't remember what we did, but my parents made me do something specifically with them, and it was like late at night, I guess, and somehow I got so tired that I went in my room, I freaking just went on my bed, and apparently I fell asleep so fast that moments after I went in my room, when my dad specifically tried going in my room to tell me to turn the light off, I wasn't even reacting to what he was saying, and so he's like, oh damn, and then he turned the light off himself.
Speedy sleeper.
Yeah, I don't know how it happened. It's like I go on the bed and then boom, I'm done. Slept. I'm like, how do I achieve this state? Because I want this to happen more often. I don't like just laying there and just being like, come on, fall asleep faster. You know?
Have you ever lost track of time? Sleeping.
Yes, I've had that happen to me a few times before, actually. I don't know how, but there's particular moments where I close my eyes and a few hours have passed. So when I close my eyes, open them again, even more hours have passed. I'm like, what the fuck? And before I know it, boom, morning. It's like, what the hell? I didn't even get to enjoy sleep.
I was watching a TV show. I forget what it was. I kind of blinked my eyes for a second. And I blinked them. I'm like, I saw something else. I'm like, I don't remember her being on this show. So it was 2 hours later. It was 2 hours later, different show completely. I'm like,
just a blink.
I guess. I've blinked sleep before. I've done that. I was gonna try to talk about that, but then Randelia kind of talked about his blink story.
Yeah, it's like
basically a long time ago, like I'm gonna say like 8 or so years ago. I was on the couch and it was a movie night, but I was extremely tired because I had a really bad night rest before. And so I was like falling asleep and nodding off while watching the movie, but I was like trying to do sheer willpower to keep through the movie, even though I kept nodding off and I did not understand the movie at all. It was like, it wasn't Prince of Persia. I forgot what movie it was. So something to do with the Romans, something like that, and like mythology and stuff. But anyways, I finally get myself to be awake for at least 20 minutes or so. And I'm just staring at this screen, and then I feel my face go a bit numb. So then I take a blink, and when I open my eyes, it's morning. And I'm just like, whoa. It feels really weird, because it straight up just feels like a blink. Like, when you go to sleep, you have the sensation of, sleeping, like your body's shutting down, and then you just kind of waking up. But, like, this sensation literally felt like I was blinking. Like, it just straight up felt like a blink to morning.
Yeah, like 5 seconds. But then 3 hours.
Yeah, for me, it was literally, like, 2 seconds. Like, just close my eyes, open, whoa. So.
Okay,
and I was in the exact same position, too. I was in the exact same position, sitting up.
Oh, that must have felt really weird.
You're like, let's watch the movie. Movie's been over for 2 hours. Like, what?
Yeah. No, I didn't wake up 2 hours later. I woke up like 8 hours later.
Holy shit!
Still,
yeah, it was a super deep sleep. So.
Damn.
On YouTube, I recently, after the dream about the after the podcast of the weird lucid dreams, I went and I was just like, I'm gonna try to have a lucid dream to see if I could get more experiences for the podcast or something. I did find a video of this guy talking about one of his lucid dreams that he had by accident. Basically, what happened to the guy in the video, he was talking about how he was trying to lucid dream for a few months, but it didn't end up working for him. But then one day, he fell asleep while watching a show, and he kept having false awakenings. Like, he would wake up in his bed, something would happen. It would seem like he woke up, but then, boop, back in his bed. And so that happened for a long time. And for a while, straight up, he realized that it was like a dream, like for a coma, right? Or something. And after a while, this was going on so long within the dream, like weeks were going by in his dream. Like, he said it literally felt like weeks and days were going by.
Holy
Like,
crap.
it's not like a normal dream where like time passes really weirdly in a dream, or you could have a long dream and the longest dream could feel like 20 minutes. But he said like this was literally lasting weeks, like nearly a month or over so. And he basically, in his dream, he started thinking that maybe he died in his sleep, like somebody killed him, or maybe that he had a coma. And finally, he woke up in real life, and he felt it. Turns out only 30 minutes went by. It was ridiculous. So, anyways, I ended up having a nightmare after a few months. Like, my first nightmare in a few months, I mean. I forget what the nightmare is about, but I just remember a monster holding me up in the air. Then I'm like, wait a minute, I'm dreaming. Like, the lucid dream. I just realized.
I'm sorry, when was this again?
Oh, this was, I'm gonna say like a week or two ago.
Oh,
my
fuck.
dream.
Oh, okay. Anyways, sorry, continue.
Yeah, I was having this nightmare, and at the very end of it, like this monster grabbed me. I think I remembered that I'm just like, wait a second, I'm dreaming, aren't I? And then I wake up, and I'm just like, damn it.
Shit. What the hell?
Schnick that.
It's a can.
It's a large Diet Coke.
Drink is, agenda killed caffeine.
There needs to be more caffeine on the show.
Oh fuck, it is a Diet Coke, god damn it.
He told you.
So, are you still sick, Snick?
Thought I was getting better yesterday, but then I ate stuff today. Now I don't feel good.
He went from, oh, I'm doing okay, to...
So, have you ever passed out, Snick? Like, right now, apparently?
No, not passed out, but vomited.
Okay, sorry, Schnick. That sounded really weird because you moved the camera off screen, and then I just hear a bang, and I'm just like,
That was
Schnick.
MarioTube banged his head.
Oh, Mario banged his head. Okay.
Yeah, when you hear this, that's me.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't. He's on the stream. His camera's on the
Yeah, I'm
stream.
not on this. Yeah, I was on the stream, so when I heard the bang, I thought Schnick fell over or something.
Oh my god.
So did I until I saw MarioTube move his head.
I've only had one fever dream, and it wasn't even that weird. Apparently, people have really crazy fever dreams, but the only, fever dream that I had was me just in a blank white void. Like, I don't know, like it was a Splatoon trailer or something. And yeah, that's exactly how it was. I was just in a super blank white void. And, the SpongeBob episode where Squidward gets trapped outside of the time machine and it's just like a void?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's kind of like how it was. Like, I had no
Future.
Yeah, that episode. I had no sense of where it was. And there were times when I would jump and dive and I would just go flying 5,000 feet. And then I'll slowly get back to my feet and I'll stumble over. And I'm guessing the reason why I was just flopping around this white thing was because my body was feeling nauseous and dizzy. So it got represented in my dream of me just flopping around in a blank white void.
So, what's a fever dream?
Fever dream is when you have a fever, when you're sick, and then you have a dream,
Like
and your dream's like,
is that like hallucination when you're sick?
yeah, like a hallucination. And when you're sick, your dreams become broken. That's the best I could explain it. Like, even if your dreams are normally weird, it'll get like 10 times weirder. Like, it'll be like a normal dream, a nightmare, to like, I don't know, a lucid dream. Like, it just like breaks like that. And you still feel sick inside of the dream too. Like, you feel like hot and fuzzy.
I don't think I've ever had a fever dream. Also, I thought when you said fever dream, you were referring to something that had to do with drugs, so I'm like, what the fuck?
What? What?
Oh, here's an interesting question, though. So, have you ever had just a dream, doesn't matter what kind of dream, you wake up, and then you realize, oh shit, I had like some kind of awareness, like the kind of awareness as if you were watching everything that was happening, but not actually part of it?
I've had dreams where I realize that I'm conscious midway through, and I try to control it, and then I fail, and then I get really, really angry. And then when I actually start controlling stuff, I could feel my eyelids about to open. I'm just like, no! Then I wake up. That's happened to me on occasion.
Yeah, I only know a few dreams. I know lucid dreams, fever dreams, there's wet dreams.
No, not the last one.
Never had before?
No more. We shall not talk.
What about you, Snick? Are you a sound sleeper or a light sleeper?
Sound.
Once you're out, you're out.
Mm-hmm.
The role's ending. Be like, good for you.
Dude, I used to be able to like control how I sleep. I don't know how I did this. I achieved this when I was like 9 years old or so. Basically, when like if I wanted to wake up at a certain time and it was like 12, I'd be like, all right, I need to wake up at 6:30. I fall asleep, wake up exactly at 6:29, and be like, oh, I guess that works. Then I would do that every day, like no matter how tired I am or how late it was. I'd be like, all right, I want to wake up early so I could get stuff done, and it's like 4 a.m. and then bam, I'd wake up at 7. I have no idea how I did this, and I can't replicate it anymore.
Well, I mean, you can kind of do it using your circadian rhythm. Basically have it, like, you basically go to sleep and wake up at the same time every night, and if you do it enough times, eventually your body will just naturally wake up, usually a little bit before your alarm even goes off. So, you could kind of do it, but the only thing is that you did it just whenever you wanted, but the circadian thing, you have to have it as a schedule thing, so you have to commit to it.
That is true.
That explains a lot.
Because I have my every 4 years of high school, I have my alarms. I set my alarm for 5:45 every day for 4 years, and then after I graduated, I didn't set my alarm anymore at all. I just like screw that. I don't need to get up anymore early anymore. I can get up whenever I want to. I'm not longer in high school, so. But every day for like about a year and a half, I still woke up at 5:45 automatically. Even though I'm going off, I'm like, all right, wait a minute. Dad, why am I up right now? It's 5 in the morning. I don't need to be up anymore. Go back to bed.
Now, I've actually... Oh, sorry.
Oh, that actually explains a lot for me. Because my mom wakes me up every single day to get to school. She does it way too late now, in my opinion. Like, she would wake us... Like, my bell would be, like, at 7:10. And then it would take 20 minutes to drive us. And she would wake us up at, like, 6:45. And I'd be like, whoa, no. So, but anyways, for a long time, I would be dreaming. And then all of a sudden, my dream would just end. And I'll have my eyes closed. Like, you know, like the sleep... How I was talking about how you feel when you're just resting your head on a desk. Like, I would just go into, like, that version of sleeping / resting. Like I would go like that, and I'd lay down for a while, and then I would just hear a light switch flicker on, and my mom being, "Wake up, time for school," and then for some reason I would always get really annoyed.
You know how I slept through my alarm one time? I had my alarm. I had my alarm set for a radio alarm. So all of a sudden, I was dreaming I was at a concert. It was some kind of concert. I'm like, oh, this is a nice concert. Good music.
I've had a similar occurrence happen, except it was the beep beep thing, and
I had that too. Maybe it was a beep beep or a train, or maybe it was a buzzing, and I dreamt that I was on a train or near a train. I was watching a train.
oh no, for me it was even worse than just like having it like similar sounding to a train. No, my thing. So I had one of those alarms that make the annoying buzzing sound. Well, it wasn't buzz. It was more like. I don't know how else to describe it, but it was something like that. And somehow I was sleeping through the alarm to a point where in my dream I actually heard the alarm. My dream self was like, oh my god, what is that sound? Like, I would just be in a general area and you just like, it's like noises in your head and it's the alarm. It's the exact sound of my alarm and it's like, oh my god, how do we make this stop? So, no joke, I traveled through many different places to find a way to turn the fucker off. And it was only eventually when I woke up, I'm like, oh shit. And then I finally turned my alarm off. I'm like, yes, thank fucking god, it's finally off. It was so ridiculous.
Similar dream, but it's kind of funny. I dreamt that I was Solid Snake. And this was, yeah.
Why does that sound hilarious? That sounds amazing, though.
Yeah. But what happened was, this was the first time I set my alarm for my phone, so I didn't set it to, like, my waking up alarm. By the way, my waking up alarm is the noise, is the sound when you get knocked down from Punch-Out. Like, it's the get-up thing, like the da-da-da-da-da-da. Anyways. Before I set that, it was set to the standard beep, 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 like that. So, I was, like, in a snowy area in Metal Gear Solid, and I was Snake, and I was hiding in a box.
Oh no, I see where this is going.
So, what happened is, I started hearing the beep, beep, beep. So then I pull up the little, like, you know, the transmission thing, because I thought it was a transmission. And in my dream, I interpreted as the transmission going faulty and going beep, beep, beep in the middle of a stealth mission. So then I pull up the thing and I'm just like, turn off, turn off. and then after that, I just hear a bunch of guards coming toward me and I'm just like, why won't you shut up? And then a guard like picks up the box and then I just throw the transmitter at his face and then he shotguns me and then I wake up. This is really funny. Really unfortunate.
I honestly thought that instead of having it go down like that, what would have happened was it's like the area sets off their alarm as if like an intruder has been spotted. That's how it would go down. Just you somehow got caught for no reason. Like, and you're like, what the hell?
What happened?
And the worst part is that it won't turn off either, so it's like you're always about to get caught, even if you're hiding and people can't find you.
My brother had a dream, or no, it was my cousin. My cousin had a dream where it was the beep 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 alarm, and he said what he dreamt about was the new challenger approaching from Smash Brothers. So it was like beep. Beep, beep, and it said new challenger approaching, and then it does the next screen, and then it was just him standing, like being like, hi, I guess. Like it was like in, not third person, but it was like a camera looking at himself, like that, from that perspective, and it's like, hi. It was funny.
So like he was the new challenger?
Yeah, like he was the new challenger, and he was just like, I didn't sign up for this. Can I just leave? It was funny.
Oh my god.
I don't remember the details, but I remember that happening.
That's fucking amazing. I actually was gonna say this earlier, but we kind of, well, I kind of lost track. Going back to Arcadian Rhythm thing, I was going to say that I've actually had the opposite happen. Instead of making my body get up at a certain time, I actually somehow just made my body stay awake. I don't know why, but it's literally like I've just didn't go to bed so many nights in a row that not only did my body get used to being tired, but it just straight up doesn't really get too tired. And if it does, then I kind of just naturally push through it somehow. And I guess electronics do help in the cause of that, but it's literally like, okay, so I'm going to get off my computer, I'm going to go to bed, and I somehow end up myself going on my phone, and then everything just goes from there, pretty much. Just fucking bye-bye sleep. And I swear to God, I'll just keep going and going and going and going, and I won't stop. Until eventually I decide, okay, maybe I should get sleep now for real.
At like 3:45 a.m. Like, okay, maybe I should. I do that a bunch. Like, I'm supposed to be asleep by like 9, 9:30, but I just stay up on my phone until it's like 2 a.m. and then I'm like, maybe I should go to sleep now.
Yeah, it's like I'm a fucking magnet to electronics.
Speaking of opposite being asleep, being awake, have you ever stayed up so long you're no longer tired?
Yes.
Kind of, but like I go into like, I feel like the more I stay awake, the more stressed out I get. So when I fall asleep, that stress goes away. One time I stayed up for 3 days in a row, and I felt like my body was paranoid. Like that's how it felt.
Probably
Well,
was.
basically, it was 2 days with no sleep, and then a 30-minute rest, and then yeah. But how I felt like my body was super stressed out, and like I was like super paranoid about everything, because basically, I didn't want to be like super legged out, like you know when you're asleep and you just don't function right. I guess I was paranoid about being like that and just being stupid, so my body was just super stressed about, like, you know, keeping up with what had to go on. Or with what was going on. So.
Hey, Vandalia, I have a question.
Yeah.
Did your channel just get a cheer?
Let me see. Yeah?
Wow.
So, like, 2 cheers then? Because there's 2 of them on my screen.
Yeah. Well, it was gotten 31 cheers.
Well.
2 from Hauser TV and 29 from Vendetta Records. So I've made
cool.
so I've made 31 cents today.
Wahoo.
I can get that pack of gum now.
Well, now I gotta go and invest in... Well, not invest, but I should probably set up a bit system. You know those alerts when someone sends you bits and it does the little thing? That's what I'm speaking of.
Streamlabs or Stream Emotes or whatever that's called.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Stream out.
I'm like, it's like what? I'm like stream betting. It's like, are we gonna bet who has the funniest story? I'm confused.
We could.
Yeah, I asked that because I'm not really familiar with the whole bit thing, so I got a little bit confused. I'm like, I know what that is, but is that like a legit thing, or is that just like something else?
Every bit's a penny apparently. So if they cheer you, you get a penny.
Yeah, it's basically a cheer. Like 1 bit equals 1 cent.
Yeah, I know that much. I just don't know how to recognize it when it happens. That's what I was trying to get at.
Some people have it set up like they have, when you get a follow or a subscribe or a cheer, a big thing flashes up. I haven't done that setup yet because I haven't done on Twitch yet.
Some people have this weird setup where it's like a cup, and every time someone cheers the person, bits fall in the cup, and I'm like, where the hell do you even get that? And also, why isn't it like actually different? Like, why isn't the cup different? Because I swear, every time they have the cup thing, it's always one specific kind of cup. It's not like different cups. Sometimes it's like the bits are different images, but other than that, not really.
I've seen Smash Brothers YouTubers, like Smash YouTubers and Smash streamers have that all the time, and usually the bits are replaced with Fox's Shine. So,
wow.
Like every time it gets donated, it falls, and once it lands, it just goes blip. So when there's like 20 of them inside, and then one falls, you just hear blip, 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 blip.
That's amazing.
Stick says, once I stayed up until 6 morning, I needed to be up to make a 2-hour drive with my dad. His car ended up breaking down to more or less to 2 days sleeping in the car. That tried to fix it. And then the record says, Snick, join us in Twitch chat.
Have you ever fallen asleep during a road trip and woken up with your neck hurting?
Yes.
I can never fall asleep in a car.
Usually, we all did. Is after, again, at the church camp, on the drive home, we were at the week at camp, we were so freaking tired. Half of us were passed out in the car, in the van. Even though it was the middle of the day, and we were up all day, it's like...
For me, I have to be under certain conditions in order for me to fall asleep. I have to be laying down. Like, I just have to be laying down. If I'm not laying down, I'm not falling asleep. Second, no kind of light flashing on my eyes because that shit's fucking annoying. And, third, I have to be comfortable in any way possible. I mean, I'm not saying that I have to get, like, the most expensive mattress and the most expensive pillows, but as long as I can get comfortable with what I have, then I should be fine. But, you know, at the very least, I need a pillow or, like, some sort of head support because, you know, laying down on the floor with nothing fucking sucks. And the only thing I could try to do is my arms, using my arms as a pillow, but, like, that kind of sucks, so it still doesn't work too well. But sleeping in a car, holy fucking hell, that is not going to be possible. Why?
It sucks.
Because even if I'm in the passenger seat, and even if I'm able to lean my chair back, I still can't fall asleep because, well, the build of the car with the armrests, yeah, they're not really going to be too useful at that point. And even if they are, if it's daytime, well, even if it isn't daytime, just anytime, really, lights are going to be fucking shining on my face. Worse if it's daytime because it's sun's brighter, and that shit fucking sucks. If I'm not in the backseat, or if I'm not, or, no, if I am in the backseat, or I'm not able to lean my chair back, yeah, I don't even think I could get comfortable at that point. I was in a road trip where I was in this van, and I was in this seat, and the door was, like, about this far away from me, and no matter what I did, I just could not get comfortable. No matter what. And I see other people falling asleep, sitting up, I'm like, what the fuck? How? How?
Again, it's to the point where you've never been that tired that you can fall. You've never been that exhausted.
Well, no, because even.
Pass out.
Well, no, it seems like that people in general can just fall asleep in a lot of different positions, but for me, I have to be under specific conditions in order to fall asleep. If I cannot meet those conditions, I'm not falling asleep. There is no possible way. The best I can do is rest my eyes, but I can't fully fall asleep. It's not happening.
Even if you are dead tired to the world, you can't sleep. I'm tired. I need to go to sleep, but I can't. I'm like,
I've been okay. I stayed up at least 3+ nights in a row, probably the most 3, I think, without food, by the way. This is a whole separate story, but I'm not going to explain the story. But basically, did not sleep for 3 days in a row, and I did not eat for probably 2 of those days, and I was in the car, going to a McDonald's, and I was trying to sleep in the car. Even then, in daytime, I think it was like rain clouds, so the sun was kind of blocked, but even then, under those conditions, I still did not end up falling asleep in the car at all. So, if I couldn't fall asleep without any food, meaning that my body wasn't getting good energy, or just not sleeping at all, even then I still couldn't fall asleep in a car. And I was in the front seat with the freaking chair all the way back, so I was almost, if not laying down on top of that, still couldn't fall asleep. So there's your answer.
See, I forced myself to go to sleep because the only time I fell asleep during a road trip was, well, during a road trip, and I've only done, like, I'd say 15 road trips in my life, so at least once a year. And out of them, I've probably only did it 3 times, and that was during my time where I could control my sleep. Now, our road trips aren't that long. Like, our road trips are only like 5 hours, so I could stay awake. But for me, after a while, when I'm bored and I have nothing to do, first I listen to music and stare out the window. After a while, I get really uncomfortable because, see, cars are designed, I don't know what it's about, but, like, when you're on a road trip sitting down in a seat, after a while, you just get super uncomfortable. Like, really, like, sore.
Same.
Like, your back. So it's like...
Yeah, I can kind of relate to that. Same thing for airplanes. Airplanes are even worse, I think.
Yeah. And I forced myself to go to sleep, and when I woke up, my neck hurt so bad. Like, it felt like I had a really bad cramp. And
yeah,
also...
I've had those too when I'm sleeping in cars, but like I said, I don't force myself. I just passed out. So can't really help it.
Yeah. Also... God dang it. I was going to say something. Dang it. Okay, what we were saying before we were talking about the car thing,
Before the car?
Yeah, before the car.
I was basically saying that even under my conditions with not sleeping for a few days or eating, still couldn't fall asleep.
And now I remember. Freaking when I was little, I was really, really scared of the dark. One of the reasons why is because I lived in a really small town with only 8,000 people in it in New Mexico. And so, yeah, basically in the middle of nowhere. And let me tell you, where you guys sleep, most likely, you guys probably hear, like, hum of technology, right? Like, when you sleep, like, at least hum of technology. Like, there's a slight hum of technology, like, when technology's on, like, when a fan's on, or, like, when cars are going by.
Oh, so, like, background noise? Or white noise?
Yeah. There's no white noise in that, during that, because that town is so, like, old. Like, basically, it's a slice of, like, the 80s/90s, where people still have CRT television, stuff like that.
Wow.
Like, so, they have, like, old school, like, convertible cars, stuff like that. Still, it's actually kind of cool to go back there every once in a while. But basically, there's so little technology. Since there's only 8,000 people, there's rarely cars on the street, especially during the night. When it's nighttime, there's no cars on the street. And the houses are super compact. So, literally, the only thing you'll hear is nothing. Literally nothing but breathing. And, but your own breathing and your heartbeat. Like, it gets to the point where literally the only thing you hear is your heartbeat and people breathing in the other room. Because your ears get used to the silence.
Sounds like a perfect place for making an ASMR video. Ask me.
Yeah. But, see, the thing is, my brain hates me. So, like, I don't know how to explain it, but when it gets super quiet like that, my heart starts beating faster. Because the best I can explain it is, like, it's like in a horror movie where stuff goes all quiet right before a jump scare. So I guess my brain just automatically thinks something's going to happen or something bad's going to happen. So I have my eyes wide open I'm sitting there, my heart's beating super fast. I'm just staring out into pitch black nothingness with it's either pitch black nothingness or like soft moonlight or like a street light glow. That's how it would be for a long time. And I would just get super paranoid. I have no idea why. And the only way I could get to sleep was turn my back away from the door, lay down on my side that's not my heart, so like my right side. So if the bed was a certain way, I would lay the complete opposite way just to face the wall and lay on my right side, right? The side without my heart. Then I would scrunch up in a ball with my blanket, and I would put my pillow underneath my head. And when I don't have my pillow, or like if somebody's using it, then I'll just like scrunch up another blanket and use that as a pillow. And yeah, when I would do that, that's when I would fall asleep. Eventually, I stopped scrunching up because I don't know, I just felt uncomfortable doing that after a while. Plus, I was growing out of my blanket. Like, I don't have a blanket big enough to where I could scrunch up like that anymore. But yeah, and during the time I was like that, eventually I just like spread out, and now I have to sleep with my legs out. I still sleep on my side because I can't sleep flat. Like, I fall asleep on my side or on my stomach. I actually fall asleep really easily on my stomach. So yeah.
Oh, but huh. Well, we've been talking about sleep for like 45 minutes now.
Well, I can mention one thing off topic really quick. So, my mom came in the room and it's like, come on, dinner's ready, please eat it at the table. I'm like, excuse me? So, I go out there and I told her, no, I can't eat at the table, I'm doing a podcast. And she said, that's ridiculous. And I told her, it's not ridiculous, it's called a responsibility.
It's like scheduled every Tuesday. You know this, like, you know this, Mom, I tell you.
Mm-hmm.
I kept dinner earlier, Mom.
Well, to be fair, she couldn't have because she was gone.
True.
But, I mean, usually, yeah.
Yep.
I don't know, we're weird.
But anyways, yep, we should move on probably. So I know Stick is having finals. Are you guys having finals this week?
We're doing our last tests. I wouldn't really call them finals because we did the state test thing, the PSAT, that, and I usually consider that my finals, but yeah. As for like our last tests of the year for each of our classes, we're really close to it. Brandon only has like 2 weeks of school left, and speaking of that, I'm editing pretty much a 30 to 20 minute sketch on MTV, and I have like, I would say 2/6 to 2/8 of it done. And while I was editing it, Brandon offered to help because literally what I'm going to do tomorrow on Wednesday. On Wednesday, we only have 4 periods from 7:10 to 12:30 at Mountain Range, and during during 3 of the 4 periods, I'm gonna be doing nothing but editing. And Brandon offered to help by doing it, saying that we could delay it another week. I don't want to delay it another week because that means that he won't be able to see it because it's, you know, a senior thing. I mean, he could watch it on YouTube, but I don't want like the seniors to miss out on the project because it's like a thing that's been teased like throughout. So yeah, he offered to help me, and he called me a madman for trying to edit a 30-minute piece in only the time I have. So wish me luck. I'm only like 3 minutes in to the entire thing. So, and literally what I have to do is since Premiere can't handle a project that big, and it'll take like 2 days in order for it to render out a 30-minute video in 720p on the Macs we have. I have to make separate projects for separate sections of the entire video. So I have to like have an intro part, have like 4 other like sections that are relatively connected to each, and then have the final thing. So it's gonna be 5 different projects, and once all that's exported, I'm gonna put that into one big project and color correct everything and add sound effects and all that, plus color grading.
Yeah.
Plus the credits.
I have Premiere Pro on my computer, but I have no idea how to use it. And MarioTube doesn't want to teach me how to use it, so I can keep on edit my videos.
Premiere is pretty easy. I find After Effects a way easier program than Premiere.
Really?
I find Premiere super basic, and it doesn't do the stuff I want it to do. And keep in mind, I've only edited in Premiere 2015, so
what, a little over 3 years?
Yeah. Wait, no, I've used Premiere. It's just that I've been using the Premiere version 2015.
Yeah, MarioTube can't use After Effects very well. He's never. He says Brandon's good at it, but he's not.
Dude, I love After Effects. After Effects is so nice, for me at least. It takes forever to render, but like when you're doing all the effects and it looks crisp, and I like doing it.
Like after is After Effects for after you get your Premiere video done, then you go to After Effects, or how's that work?
I learned After Effects before I learned Premiere. In After Effects, you put effects together to make it look a certain way. Like, for the most part, it usually starts with straight up a black box or something. That's literally what it usually starts out as, or an adjustment layer, stuff like that. And you just add certain variables to it. You could even like create your own effects. What's stupid is that I wish there was like a way to save your presets. Like, say if you get something looking really good, like in color grading, I would want to save those settings, but you can't save your settings like in a preset thing, which I find annoying. But
honestly,
yeah,
I know I don't know too much about After Effects, despite me being taught how to use it in the first place. I just never learned it, I guess. But the one thing I hate about After Effects is that doing certain things is so drastically different compared to Premiere. Like, exporting in Premiere is just really simple.
Yeah, you just press export and drag the time thing.
Yeah, or if you know the short or the hotkeys, then you can use the hotkeys and do that way. But it's like with After Effects, you have to do a whole separate thing. And it's like, why can't I just do the same thing Premiere does? It would be so much easier. Same thing for pre-rendering. I don't know what it is, but pre-rendering in After Effects is fucking ass. Like, you have to literally scrub the timeline in order to get it to pre-render, whereas Premiere, all you have to do is literally just press the enter key and you're good.
No, you don't. In After Effects, you press the play button and it automatically renders.
Not for me. Well, I mean, it kind of does, but I mean, for the most part, I have to scrub the timeline in order to get it to work. I've even had problems going as far as when exporting a video, even if I've done things correctly, somehow the audio is not intact, and I'm like, why? Why do you do this to me?
After Effects, for me, isn't about long projects, it's about short clips. Like, the longest thing I've done in After Effects would be about 30 seconds. Like, 30 seconds to a minute is, like, the max amount you want to edit in After Effects.
So, do you use After Effects before or after you Premiere Pro?
You use it for clips. You use it for certain clips. If you want an intro, then you use After Effects. Like, for a video, you would go into After Effects, create your intro, bam, and then add that onto your already existing video. So you'd probably want to edit your video first to see how it would look. And then for the things that you want to have like an effect, like a special effect, then you would take that clip, say, I think add to it's either add to After Effects composition or something like that. Then you could edit that in After Effects and then replace that clip with the After Effects clip.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. After Effects, it does look good if you know what you're doing. So I will admit that it is a good program when you know how to use it, but I just don't like how they made things drastically different in terms of how Premiere works in comparison. Some things are just so stupid, it's ridiculous.
You think it'd be similar since it's the same company.
Yeah. Well, the thing though is that Premiere to me,
it's laid out similar, but it works completely differently.
To me, Premiere is just so much simpler in comparison to After Effects, just because After Effects, how they do it is really stupid. Like, okay, literally in Premiere, all you have to do is just press buttons and you're done. In After Effects, you have to literally work for something so simple.
I like doing that work though. Like in Premiere, I find it too shallow, and After Effects, I want to get stuff done faster, but I also want it to look good. Like the one reason I don't like Premiere, at least the 2015 version, it's still shallow. Like there's not much for me to do. Like in order for me to get the most out of Premiere, I would have to download stuff off the internet in order to get stuff looking how I want. Like color grading in Premiere, like the only thing you could really use is curves, and I'm not too good with curves. And like there's stuff like when you're trying to add an audio track and it's not stereo, like it has 5, like when you first start a program, it has like 7 preset audio tracks. 4 out of the 7 will be stereo, and the rest will be surround sound, like the last 3. So you can't add a stereo sound into the surround sound because it's not a stereo track. It's like, why do you have like 3 random surround sound tracks? It makes no sense. I mean, you could easily delete them, but even so, you have to do it one by one. Like, you can't just delete them with a hotkey or delete them by right-clicking. You have to go into settings, go, like, scroll down, find what you have to do, and then it opens another box saying, which track would you like to delete? And then you have to click the little icon, scroll down, find the track, and then delete it. And you have to do that one by one by one. It's just Premiere, to me, feels too basic. In After Effects, I feel like it's, like, at first it's really intimidating, but once you do stuff, it starts getting more simpler. Because to me, like, what I do is just envision what it will look like, and then I just make it happen. It takes a while, though, like, and even if it's not 100% how I imagined it in my mind, I'll just kind of accept it halfway through and turn it into its own thing rather than what I envisioned. Because how I started out was you had to make like a water drop effect in After Effects in the intro to multimedia. You had to do that, and that took me a while. But I eventually figured it out, and I'm just like, wow, this looks cool. Because I finished it like 30 minutes in, and the rest of the 30 minutes I was just changing it to make it look weird. And eventually I made it so like it was a ball, and it was like spewing out bubbles, and the bubbles were heads of like Mario. Yeah, it was like a puddle, and then it was emitting bubbles, and then the bubbles would transform into like emoji faces, like smiley faces and stuff. Well, not emojis, like smiley faces.
Wait a minute, so they taught you After Effects and Intro to Multimedia?
Yeah, like first how we started was it was intro, and for I'd say a good few months we did only picture taking, and after that
wait, how many months?
Like I'd say 2 months or so. I don't
know. 2 months?
Yeah, it's really annoying. Like
fucking A, dude. Even when I was there, they didn't do photo taking for 2 fucking months. We did it for like maybe a week or 2 at most. And then after that, we moved on from Photo Story to Movie Maker, and we did that for a while. Yeah, there were some pictures, I think, but it was mostly video at that point. And then eventually we got to Premiere. Not fucking 2 months of photos. Like, what the hell?
So, anyways, it was a lot of photos because Norfolk was super paranoid or something, I guess. Because he said all the classes he had before had really sucky, like, rule of thirds and all that. Anyways, while I was in there, after the photo taking, like, unit, we did, iMovie editing. And iMovie was just straight up dragging, like, preset things. Like, you can't change the variables very much. But it was still really simple to use. Like, it was just like Movie Maker, but slightly more in-depth. And then, after iMovie, we went into Premiere. No, we didn't go into Premiere. We went straight into After Effects after iMovie. So, he said, okay, time for us to learn our new effects. So we had, like, this unit where we had to do a video co-pilot video, and we had to follow his instructions throughout the tutorial to learn it. And we had, like, an entire, like, list, like a paper and a list of what all the actions we had to do. And at the end, it would do the final product. And it took me a while to get the water droplet stuff, but after that, eventually it just started becoming second nature to me, like, how to get everything. And I also had a custom, like, After Effects layout because I didn't like how it was laid out, so I actually changed how it looked to make it easier for me. And that made my After Effects time way easier. So, yeah. But, like, just everything in After Effects for me just clicked, like, right away. I mean, yeah, just kind of made sense to me. Then when I got to Premiere, I was really confused why stuff was different. Like, I thought it was going to be a similar program. But no, like, you have to drag the clip into, like, the little clip section, and you have to drag, like, either you want the sound, or if you want the full clip, or if you just want the video and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Premiere to me just felt, like, really odd compared to After Effects. So I did it backwards. Adam started with Premiere and that clicked for him. I started with After Effects and that clicked for me. So
Yeah, it says Vendetta Records uses Windows Movie Makers and Household TV uses Sony Vegas Pro.
I use Movie Maker to edit my YouTube videos because my computer is trash. So.
Well, I think maybe the part of the reason why I don't get After Effects is probably because of the fact that my class, they focus primarily on Premiere. They did go over After Effects, but it just felt more or less it was a secondary thing in comparison to Premiere. They were more, like, I wouldn't say encouraging, but they just, I don't know, they just want us to focus more on Premiere and focus some on After Effects. Like, hold on, I gotta wait for my dad's truck to get moved out of here.
For me,
I still got thoughts.
For me, it was more 50-50. Like, we would have our basic outline. Like, we'd have to do script things. Like, Norfolk would have us, at least the intro class, have script papers. It had, like, boxes. Like, it was basically like a script making thing. We would draw the entire thing out, and then we'd go record it, and then we'll take those clips into After Effects, color grade or add effects that we want, and then we put those clips into Premiere to edit it. So it just all felt like 50-50. It's kind of weird to hear that it was mostly focused on Premiere for the first time. I mean, Premiere is, like, way more, I wouldn't say simpler, just more basic than After Effects. So
the funny thing also is that even in the advanced classes, it seemed as though that people primarily use Premiere. Rarely did I really see people use After Effects that much, but Premiere was hands down the most used in my advanced classes, and I was there for, like, maybe 2 years worth. So that's speaking.
Was this in Colorado still, or this?
Yeah,
Colorado.
Because so it was Arizona where you were smarter than the teacher, right?
yeah.
Where the teacher was like, "Let's go Premiere Pro. I already know how to do this. Teach yourself."
No,
okay?
It wasn't Premiere Pro that I was having trouble with. It was Final Cut Pro that they were trying to quote unquote teach me. Because the whole problem with the class I was in was the fact that the teacher literally did not teach whatsoever. Like, the closest he got to teaching was telling us what a green screen is and what it's used for, and same thing for a blue screen. But other than that, he didn't really go into detail as to why we use green screens more, and he didn't even go into any detail. Like, he didn't even tell us how to use it in the editor. He's like, okay, this is what a green screen is, this is what it's used for, you can use it to go anywhere you want and seem like you're in some other place, and then you can use a blue screen, it's the same thing pretty much, and yeah, that's about it. Alright, good luck. That's literally what it was like, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? So, you're just gonna leave us in the dust? Fuck you.
Is Final Cut Pro, is that the Apple version?
It's basically Premiere Pro or Apple version. So
yeah, it's really strange. I don't like it that much.
It's alright. I still prefer Premiere because I just know it more, but I mean, if I absolutely have to use Final Cut Pro, then I will use it, but honestly, I kind of found Final Cut Pro to be trash because every time I tried using the green screen, it's like, okay, Jesse, you know the little glitches that you might see when you don't have settings set correctly when you use a green screen, like you get the pixel black stuff around someone? Like,
yeah, when you have black and gray pixels, you have to go into the settings. It's like when there's a shadow on the wall and the shadow turns into a gross dark option.
Yeah. Well, whenever that happened, if I tried changing any setting in the Final Cut Pro, it's literally as if it did nothing to solve the problem. It changed. Like, I change a setting and nothing happens. No matter what setting it is, nothing happens at all. It doesn't get worse, but it doesn't get better. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I literally had to use Premiere Pro and make the clip fixed, and then put the fixed version in Final Cut Pro. That, to me, is just fucking retarded, and I prefer Premiere because it actually does everything I need it to. Final Cut Pro does everything for the most part, but some things are just fucking trash.
I like the way the green screen is in the Adobe programs. I like using After Effects more for the green screen because you have a lot more options. In After Effects, the green screen is called Keylight 1.2. And you use a dropper to choose the color screen. Like, say if it's green, then you just do a dropper and click the screen, and then bam, it's gone. Yeah. And what the cool thing is that you could have an alpha matte and different stuff. So, like, say if the background's black, then you could take away the black. So the video's, I don't know, acting like a GIF or PNG. And stuff like that. And
but you could do the same thing in Premiere, though.
Yeah, you could do the same thing in Premiere, but I find it way easier in After Effects because it has a effect line, and I don't like the way how you have to click the arrow and stuff. Because in Premiere, it acts as though, because in After Effects you have a clip section, and the clip section is when you have the arrows for transform and opacity and all that, all your general stuff that you might want to do to the clip, make it 3D and stuff. And then your effects tab is where it has all the stuff in the effects. But in Premiere, it just adds a section, an effects section that you have to do it in. And I don't really like how that works.
So are you saying that all the effects are bundled in After Effects, but in Premiere you have to find them?
No, in Premiere it adds it to a line. In Premiere it just adds it onto the stuff you can do to it. In After Effects, it's just a different effects section. It's a different square entirely that you change it in. And I like that because the square could be super long and stuff. But anyways,
I'm sorry, but I don't know what the difference is.
Well, it's hard to explain without the programs open right now. Yeah. Anyways, in After Effects, you could roll the clip down, say you want the thing to take up more green light, then you could roll the clip say like it's around the subject, right? And there's like green in his hair. You could roll the clip back to where it cuts off the green, but also cuts out a bit of his skin and hair and stuff. So then you can make it softer on the edges to make his hair actually pop through, and then it makes the green screen look really smooth and nice.
So two questions. I'm trying to get into there. So Final Cut is for Macs, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Another question, I guess. You ever heard of Vegas Pro?
Yeah.
How's
Vegas. I heard Sony Vegas was weird, so
Vegas Pro is pretty much similar to Premiere, really. They do certain things differently, but for the most part, it's the same. I believe you can download it for both Mac and Windows.
Okay, so final question for your conversation. So you take like a short clip, whatever, you put together in After Effects, then you put that clip into Premiere Pro for a bigger video.
No.
Okay, well...
No, you edit a video in Premiere, and then you take the clips that you want in Premiere and put it into After Effects. So like you edit the entire thing, but you don't export it, and then you right-click on the clips that you want to have effects on it, and then you change that clip and put it into After Effects.
And then you put it back in Premiere Pro. And
then there's like a little button to where you could switch it back into Premiere Pro, but you have to have both programs like open.
You do that before you export.
Yeah, it's like you edit the entire thing, and then you're like, all right, what clips do I want to have the effect? And you right click and say edit in After Effects, and then you add your effects, and then you say done, and then the clip's like replaced with the new edited clip.
Oh, okay.
You could also do the reverse, where you could add something into After Effects. You could also do it with Sound Booth, if you know what that is. It's pretty much just Audacity. So
you gotta keep in mind that in order to really do this, like to utilize all this stuff, you have to know both programs.
Yeah, you have to have all the programs.
You also have to know how to use them, and also I believe that Adobe, I believe that they have all their products in a suite, and you just pay for the suite. You don't pay for individual programs, I believe.
Yeah, you
pay for like their. So it was $100 a month for all of it. $100 a month for all of it.
I'm not sure what the price is.
I mean, just for Premiere Pro, it's like $20 a month.
It's pretty expensive, surprisingly. And it's really dumb that you can't choose individual.
Unless you get like a hacked version like Brandon has.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess Brand technically does have a hacked version, but for me, mine is authentic since I got it from Norfolk himself, a teacher that Jesse have, and Brandon too, because it's the same class.
Right. I meant that's not hacked, but yeah. But you know what I mean?
Wish
yeah.
I had it.
I wish I had that free version like you guys have. I was my teacher had back then because they didn't have I don't think they had Premiere Pro in the '90s. So
my teacher was really nice. He like I don't know. I saw him give it to another student, and I think I was gonna ask about it before the other student because I think Brandon mentioned it to me before that point. So I was going to ask the teacher, but then it kind of ended up having the other student ask first. And I'm like, oh, great. Well, if I ask now, I'm worried that the teacher's going to say no because he already gave the thing to him. So I don't know if he's going to be even able to do it now or even wanting to. So I asked him anyways because I felt like that it was the right choice regardless. And surprisingly, he said yes. And the only requirement I need to do was to leave my laptop in that classroom overnight and grab it the next day. So, I mean, it was kind of a nightmare for me that one day because I usually stick to my laptop. But I mean, it's more of a short-term pain for a long-term advancement.
Is that when you made your intro, the like Mario Galaxy one of you like spinning around? Numa in the background.
I believe so. Also, I don't know how I got the clip that I used for the green screen. I have no fucking clue where it is. It's somewhere on YouTube, but It's weird. And it was like, all those little cuts in the green screen area, that was all one video. That wasn't me just grabbing multiple clips. That was literally one video. So, I don't know how I got it. I don't know where I could get it now, because I tried looking for it at one point after. Couldn't find it. So, either it got deleted, or it was like just a rare find for me, and I just didn't know where it was at that point.
It was from another dimension. It's a parallel universe.
Yeah, well, the only way you're gonna find it is through my intro, I guess.
Stuck in my head still.
Anyways, I made a project in intro that had lots of effects. The project that I would work on intro was a thing called Hunting Humans. So basically, this is really stupid because we had no ideas on what to do. Because, like, our ambitions were way too big, and we had no ideas what to do for projects. So, how my first idea came up was, like, it's supposed to be like a day in the life thing, but it's supposed to be like a documentary, right? Like, there's the student in the hallway in his natural habitat, something like that. That's how it's supposed to start out. Like, that's like the original vision. And then it changed to being like almost like a YouTube poop quality, bad, like extremely horrible. It went from that to fighting dinosaurs. I don't know. Like, it was like freaking. So it had like my friend Hunter would film me. And I'd be walking, and it like starts out with him annoying me. And then it's supposed to be like me hunting dinosaurs like around the school. And I tried to get a green screen of a T-Rex, but it just didn't fit with the shot. So what we did is he got the tripod and he lifted it really high in the air, and I was running from it, and then I had like a Nerf gun, and then I turned and shot the Nerf gun, and then he slowly turned the camera on its side to make it look like the giant T-Rex got shot, and I had to like do a bunch of effects, and I did a really gross, and like I couldn't find a gunshot sound for some reason, because like I tried to download it and it said music involved, can't download. So what I did is I found a door slam effect and just bass boosted that. So it was like for the gunshot. It was really funny. And we made like 2 or 3 sequels to that. And in one of them, I get trapped by velociraptors. Like, velociraptors corner me, like really badly green screen velociraptors. So what I do is I run and grab one of Norfolk's golf clubs, and the golf club turns into a lightsaber, and I swat them off. It was really stupid. And there was one where in the final like edit, me and my friend Hunter are on a boat, and we get trapped on an island. And keep in mind, this was all done in the studio with the really gross green screen. Yeah, we got trapped in the island, and like literally one of them was us walking in place in front of a green screen, and in the background it was like a PNG of a cave zooming in, and like the thing would slowly zoom in, and it looked so disgustingly fake. And there was also the gross, like, weird corruption, like the gray and black corruption of the green screen. So, and yeah, and what ended up happening is there was like an evil guy, like he was supposed to be like a hitman or something. I don't know. It was really strange. I wish I knew where the clips were, but they probably got deleted off the server and now are gone forever, thankfully. So
lost to the nether.
Yeah, like my friend, like we go inside the cave, and inside is supposed to be like, if you've ever seen the Ice Age like meltdown, where there's like dinosaurs and stuff frozen underneath the ground. It's supposed to, and there's like a dinosaur utopia. Like I went down there, and my friend like gets crushed by like King Kong. Like it's like a huge gorilla comes out of nowhere and then jumps and crushes Hunter, and like he punches, like the gorilla punches him, and then Hunter did the effect for this, and literally what he did was he put his back up to the green screen and lifted his arms up, and then he had his face like looking to the side, like a really gross face. And I told him like, all right, just find the picture of a gorilla's hand PNG that's super high quality and do it. He could not find a picture of a gorilla's fist that was HD enough quality because since it was zoomed in, it would be all pixelated and look gross. So instead, what he did is he just got a black circle and moved it down. And he said, I'm just like, what's that supposed to be? It's like a circle just going down in the corner. What's that? And he's like, oh, it's the gorilla's fist. And I'm just like, what? Because it literally was just a black circle moving downwards. And that was also in the final cut, too. So
Oh my god.
I have no idea how we managed to get a grade in that class. What we told the teacher is that it was purposely stupid. We told her that it was satire and that it was purposely stupid. So then we ended up getting like 2s and 3s on them. So
Out of what?
out of 4.
Oh, but still, it's like 7%.
Well,
Yeah, it would be.
well, the thing though is that the numbers are like labeled. I guess 1 is not yet successful, 2 is almost successful but not quite, 3 is successful, and 4 is overachieving.
Over successful. You're too successful for your own good.
Speaking
No.
of grades like that, off topic but on topic still, I guess. I found out in Japan, there's really are S grades, and the S is above an A, and S is like a 95 to like 97 to 100%. So, like
So
I was always,
Sonic.
yeah, I was always
Oh my
wondering
God.
like Kingdom Hearts 2, whatever other games, or like Naruto. Why is there an S rank and why is it higher than an A rank? But apparently those are real grades. An S grade is higher than an A in Japan, at least.
All I can think of when you mention this is it's like, okay, I'm gonna get my test back today, and then the teacher is handing out the desk, or not desk, the test, and you just sit here, da 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 da, and then the fucking rank is just like.
You just hear the 1-up noise. You just hear ba-da-ba-dum-bum-bum.
You got an S, and you got an S.
That's
Dude, that's
too easy. Piece of cake.
That was exactly what I was thinking.
Oh my god.
And
You get a B rank.
yeah.
Just made it.
Woo, just made it.
Oh my god.
Dude, and like there's this, and like it's different Sonic games each time. So the next time he gets an S, he does like the Sonic Rush breakdancing Sonic. Just bow, dun 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 dun, bow, ba-dum, 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 dun, bow, 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 bum, bum, bum. It's really stupid. But I always thought the rank was supposed to be like S for super, like Super Sonic.
Maybe, I mean, not just Sonic, it's all lots of games. Like Naruto,
Yeah, well,
Kingdom Hearts.
Well, I don't play Naruto, and I don't remember Kingdom Hearts because I haven't played it in a long time. So
I didn't
I'm
know
try-
Kingdom
I'm
Hearts had
trying
lettered
to-
ranks.
I'm trying to get Mario to finish it, so he's not spoiled when it comes to the ending of Kingdom Hearts.
What, Kingdom Hearts 1 or 2?
1.
Oh.
When I get to,
I still need to get a charger.
When he gets to editing my final video, when I finally make it, because he hasn't played the ending of Kingdom Hearts 1 yet, and
Almost did. But not. Oh,
so he-
damn it, my
so he-
fucking noise gate was being a piece of shit. I said almost, but not quite.
we heard that.
Well, you did, but my noise gate is on OBS, remember? Everything is separate.
you should
Right.
lower the effect of that just a tiny bit so it could. pick you
Well,
up
I
better.
can't, because if I do, then my fan's gonna be picked up, and that's the whole
Okay,
point,
that's
is to not pick up the fan.
Oh yeah, I know that's the whole point, but is that like the minimum you could go?
What, the fan? I
No,
mean,
like the effect of the noise gate. Like
yeah,
you lower it
yeah.
to
I have to
sensitivity.
lower it to like a point where it's just barely above what the background or ambience noise is. I mean, if I really wanted to go extreme, I could turn off the fan, but then it'd get hot in here. And plus, also, it would be more susceptible. You know what? I don't even know what I'm fucking talking about. Basically, if I wanted to be extreme, I could turn off this fan and maybe even the other fan, but that would be fucking hell for me because I'd be sweating. So I want to sleep.
Yeah,
Just buy a kiddie pool. Just buy a kiddie pool and fill it with ice. So if it gets too hot, just jump inside the kiddie pool.
Oh, so basically, remove my chair, put a kiddie pool in. Oh, wait, now I'm on the floor, and my fucking desk is like all the way up here from the floor. It's like
no, get like a super
type
one of those really deep dish, deep dish kiddie pools.
Deep dish? What the fuck is this? Little Caesars deep dish kiddie pizza?
Pizza.
$3, kids. Come on. You can pay up $3.
Deep dish too.
Oh, $3? I thought you said $50. How did I get that wrong?
$50 kid pizza, but like $7 deep dish. No, I think it's $8 deep dish pizza for adults. Damn, that's fucking sad.
Yeah, but well, two things. One, I turned my conditioner on today. I put it on Facebook. And two, like I said, like the video editing, since Mario's editing my videos, at least for the time being, so he has until I get to that part. I sent him to end it, or otherwise he's getting spoiled for the ending unless he's not watching it while he's editing. I'm not watching this while I'm editing this. I can't be spoiled.
Well, no spoilers for nothing.
Exactly.
Speaking of spoilers, if you have a little warning for this Saturday's podcast. It's gonna be this Saturday, by the way, since I'm off Saturday. I'm this Thursday. I'm going to be watching Avengers, so I'll be talking about that movie this Saturday. So you don't hear about. Don't come to the podcast.
Don't say nothing.
It's a Marvel movie.
Don't say
That's all
nothing.
I know. I haven't seen the movie.
I haven't seen it yet either. I'm watching it Thursday.
All I know is that people. All I know is that there's a meme going around where people do fake spoilers of the movie. Like, instead of actually spoiling the movie, they do like fake jape spoilers. Like, they would be like, "Man, I can't believe Batman showed up at the end, even though he's a DC character." So.
Oh, new topic.
Yeah,
so we're talking about now in the chat too. We're talking about cooling about temperatures.
What? But we're not even talking about temperatures right now. We're talking about a fucking movie.
Oh, well, Schnick got heated and left. So I guess it's temperatures.
Yeah, we're talking about the movie until I'm talking about the movie until Saturday, but.
Oh. Oh my god, that was perfectly timed. Jesus Christ. Right, fucking.
But yeah, it's just
Someone
weird.
clip that.
At least to me, it is. At McDonald's, and for some reason, in the middle of a blizzard, people come through drive-through in the middle of a blizzard and order ice cream.
Oh God.
I don't understand that. Why do people eat cold? Why do people eat? Besides maybe not melting in the wintertime as fast. Why do people want ice cream in the middle of winter?
Because ice cream is tasty and good.
I don't understand that.
Or if you're into surreal memes.
I eat ice cream during the winter and snow cones during the summer. I don't know. It's just stuff. I don't know.
But why would you go in the middle of a blizzard to McDonald's to get ice cream?
Well, if you're into surreal memes, because ice cream is cool and good.
So you kill yourself to get an ice cream cone in a blizzard.
But wait, like I don't think people would kill themselves. Like
you've never been to Vandalia, apparently. People do that all the time. People little too sober and see McDonald's is busy as hell ordering milkshakes and ice cream.
Speaking of that, there was a Sonic restaurant in New Mexico while I lived there that did free milkshakes, free chocolate milkshake day. Literally, there were 200 cars in the line, stretching all the way across down the street.
Good God.
So we waited there for like 2 hours, and then eventually some person roller skates just rolled up and be like, "Here you go. Please leave. Take the exit back there."
Like, get out.
Please
Yeah.
leave.
Like there were just like a swarm of like workers just on roller skates, giving us the stuff. What ended up happening is we ran out of gas midway through. We drove, so like we were like halfway towards the house, and then our cars just, and I'm just like, oh no.
You like,
My mom was like this was when I was like 4 years old, so I barely remember it. I just remember my mom being really mad. And then while she was really mad and not looking, I grabbed the milkshake and started drinking it. And I drank half of it, and then she got even more mad.
you're like, cars out of gas, but this milkshake makes it totally worth it.
Oh my god. Well, maybe it would have been fine if your parents didn't run the engine the entire time you were there.
It was only my mom, and we went really early too.
Were you all in the parking lot, or was like a big line out down the road?
It was like Sonic has like a parking thing, like the restaurant Sonic. It would
Yeah,
have.
I know.
It has, like,
I ate there once or twice.
yeah, so like it has that, and that was completely filled up, and then plus it has a drive-through window, and that had like 100 cars or so. It was really insane.
You kind of threw bottles down the road.
Sparrow says, "Here's your ice cream. Now piss off." That reminds me of the line, "Hi, welcome to Walmart. Get your shit and get out."
No,
Hey.
you need to call my Uncle Stanley. He'll throw your ice cream out the window.
Head on. Apply directly to the forehead. You stupid bitch. Head on.
I remember I would always be so confused. I'd be like when I was little, I thought chocolate was the superior ice cream. So I would just be like, why doesn't everybody like chocolate? It's obviously the superior one. And somebody would be like, I just like plain vanilla. And I'm just like, but vanilla's basic. You need chocolate to spice it.
It's basic shit.
If I tell
It's
that
just
to
the white
elementary school
slop.
kid, he would have beat the crap out of me, probably.
Yeah. Our entire family loves chocolate, except my
Well,
mom.
actually, not really. Like, he would have threatened to chew, but the moment you raised a fist at him, he would have backed off like Chris Chan.
Like, I would be eating my chocolate ice cream, Schnick will be eating his vanilla ice cream. Schnick just, as soon as I insult his vanilla ice cream, he just karate kicks the chocolate ice cream out of my hand.
Speaking of chocolate, for the longest time, I didn't know white chocolate was a thing. Like, that's vanilla. No, it's chocolate. No, it's white. It's not chocolate.
I didn't know vanilla was a plant. I thought vanilla was, like, chemicals. Like well, technically it is, but
you know, it was a bean, a vanilla bean.
That's beans.
Vanilla bean, cocoa bean, strawberry bean.
Strawberry bean. I don't think that's how that works. One is bean, the other is green.
Yeah, there's ice cream. There's sherbet. There's frozen yogurt.
I have had frozen
fuck?
yogurt. Well, technically, I didn't have frozen yogurt. What I did is I got a Go-Gurt and I froze it. And like I'm eating frozen yogurt, and my dad's just like, "That's disgusting. You should stop." And I'm just like, "It is." And he's like, "Yes, don't do that."
Is there a difference between yogurt and frozen yogurt? It's like, is it frozen yogurt just?
Well, Go-Gurt isn't really supposed to be frozen. It's supposed to be like cold yogurt. Like you keep yogurt in the fridge. So like what I did is I just got a Go-Gurt, opened the packet, and then I put it in the freezer, and then I ate it like a popsicle.
And then there's also something called gelato.
Gelato?
Yeah, it's like
Gelato is just ice cream. You realize that?
I thought it was like fancier ice cream or something like that.
No, gelato straight up is just ice cream in Italian. That's why you hear gelato at Italian restaurants.
Oh, I thought maybe it was like expensive fancy ice cream that rich people ate.
I mean, usually when it's called gelato, it's at an Italian restaurant, and usually ice cream at Italian restaurants are fancy. So, like I went to a place called Sintetti's. which was like an Italian, like a really high quality Italian buffet. What ended up happening is I went there, and the first thing I did was get a slice of pizza, and then I ate like 8 slices of pizza that day because I could not stop. It was like too good. It was ultimate pizza. But then the next time I went there, I had a slice of the pizza, but it was like stale pizza, and I only ate 1 slice because I thought it was so disgusting.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
My fucking
Really
noise gate, I feel like it's being a piece of shit right now, because now it's like, when I say stuff, I feel like I'm being cut off and it's really annoying. And now I don't want to have this fan on anymore, because I kept seeing the fucking thing going up and down, up and down, up and down a couple times, and it's like, wow, really? I can't even have it on low? That's stupid.
Speaking of ice,
yeah.
speaking of ice cream, here comes a meme.
A meme?
Yeah.
No. Klondike.
What did you do for a Klondike bar?
Klondike, more like Claude bar.
Like, I'd make a podcast. I did. I went.
When I was little, I thought Klondike was Russian for polar bear because I did not understand.
Wait.
Like I thought it was Russian for like polar bear sandwich or something like that. Because like it had a picture of a polar bear, and I thought Klondike sounded really Russian. I'm like, oh, it's like a little ice cream sandwich, so it's like polar bear sandwich.
Oh,
Yeah.
and Sparrow, I think I've had those at amusement parks. Dippin' Dots. I think I've had those at Kings Island. To your point.
The Dippin' Dots are really weird. Like they taste like ice cream, but they feel like dots. I don't know how to describe them.
Dippin' Dots are kind of, I mean, I haven't had them too often, but from the ones I remember having, they're not really that great, in my opinion. Nothing really special.
It is ice cream in bowl form.
Dude, freaking, I went to, freaking, I can't say the name of the amusement park, but it's Leeches. Every time I say it, people are like, it's a Leeches, and I'm just like, that's what I said. They're like, no, you said a Leeches. What I said was a Leeches. And I'm just like, what? So, the Leeches amusement park, and there's like a water.
Wait, like Elitch Gardens?
I mean the Met one, Sparrow.
Wait, like,
Gardens.
Wait, what?
It's Elite Gardens, whatever. So, anyways, the park's like half amusement park, and the other half is half water park. And,
oh, I think I've been there before.
Yeah.
My god, Noise Gate, you're a piece of shit! I'm gonna disable you after this stream.
So, anyways, after that, what I did is we were swimming for a while in like the tide pool, and then I get up and like right near like the beach or the fake beach area like of a tide pool, there's like this Dippin' Dots section. I'm just like, mommy, I want Dippin' Dots. Well, I didn't say it like that. I was like, I want Dippin' Dot.
I want Dip and Dot.
Mommy.
Only one, singular.
I want Dippin' Dots now.
You want Dippin' Dots? Like the sentence just gets smaller and smaller. Want dot.
Dip dot dip dot dip dot dip dot dip dot.
Like
Dip dot dip dot dip 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 dot. Anyways, so we're wait in line for a while for Dippin' Dots, and I think the only reason I wanted them was because I wanted ice cream, but there was no ice cream, so I'm just like, Dippin' Dots is close enough, I think, whatever it tastes like. So then, freaking what I see in the back is they have like a little scoop of Dippin' Dots. Usually Dippin' Dots come in like a little canister, but what they did is like behind them is just like an ultra vault of just dots. like I just look behind them and they have like a huge, like I would say like a coffin or like a freezer, and you open it up and it was just filled to the brim with dots, and I'm just like, oh, I want. And so he just picks up like a little scoop and puts it into a tiny old cup, and I'm just like, oh, that's it. Yep, here we go. $9.
$9? Oh my god.
Anyways, yeah, we had those, and I'm just like, oh, this is weird, cause like, it's cold to the point where it sticks to your tongue. Like, I don't know, they're like, touch fuzzy, get dizzy. That's what they are, the fuzzies from Yoshi's Island. They get stuck to your tongue.
Is that the thing that makes them go all hallucination, like a druggy?
Yeah.
I did it used to do it on purpose. And Yoshi's Island, like, woo.
It makes the music sound really weird, and I love the effect on Yoshi's eyes. How his eyes just get like 3 times bigger.
like Yoshi's high, man. It's my marijuana.
I find it weird how those white things are called fuzzies, but there's also normal fuzzies in the game. Anyways, I'm gonna have to leave now because I was supposed to be asleep by 9.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how well that ends up. God damn it, Noise Gate! We'll see how well that ends up being. Now I feel paranoid about my fucking Noise Gate.
We'll see. We'll wrap this up after you leave.
Okay. What if I don't leave? Will the podcast go on forever?
No,
Maybe.
Pretty much always been 2 hours now, so usually keep it at 2 hours if we're in a conversation. But really, this is pretty much dead right now. So it's ice cream.
Well,
by the way, what is sherbet? By the way, I used to have sherbet as a kid, but I know what that was.
Pretty sure sherbet is like a company that makes ice cream.
Sherbet is a certain type of ice cream. It's kind of like a snow cone, kind of. I don't know how to explain it. It's like you know how candy tastes? It's like candy ice cream. Like it's like Jolly Rancher flavored ice cream, but it's like soft. That's how it is. It's really nice too because it's like blue and purple. The only reason I know this is because there's a level in Super Monkey Ball that's called sherbet.
Yeah, my mom always got orange sherbet. It was always orange sherbet.
Like soft orange sherbet. Anyways, I guess I'll see you now.
See you Saturday.
Right.
Alright, so before we go, I missed it. I missed it last week, obviously. So fill me in on the strike thing, Mario. For the current topic, school strike.
Okay. Where's... So anyways, basically my thing that's going on is there's this whole strike, and it seems to be majorly in Arizona, called Red for Ed, and pretty much it's about having teachers' salary raised and having classrooms funded and changed in different ways, like slightly different ways, like smaller class sizes and updated books and supplies. And pretty much the whole reason why this is happening is because apparently the government didn't want to raise salaries for teachers for a long time, and teachers got pissed off at it, so they decided to have a strike. And it's been 4 school days now, and for me it's going to go on 5 school days. I don't know about a lot of other schools, but I don't think they're going to have days tomorrow either. And it's going to go on until something is done from the government side. It has to do something with a guy, I believe his name is TTwC, which is the legislator, I think they call him, for the state. Like, he represents the state, I believe, and he doesn't seem to want to do anything, so the strike's continuing until something is actually done. or until the teachers are satisfied or whatever. And nobody knows how long it's going to take until teachers decide they want to just stop doing the strike. But because teachers are doing a strike, pretty much there's no teachers, so districts just close the schools. And I mean, the only thing that some schools seem to do is they'll have the cafeteria open during certain hours for both breakfast and lunch, but after that, that's it. They don't do anything else. So, yeah, and what's even worse is that for my district, I don't know about a lot of other districts, but for my district specifically, everyone is going to have to make up days towards the end of the year. So for me, the original day would have been May 18th, but now it's going to be some other different date because of the whole bullshit strike. And for me, I'm just going to say this right now, as long as the strike doesn't last too much longer, then I'm going to use whatever days I have to skip the rest of the makeup days, because my last day should be May 18th, period. No other fucking arguments about it. Because the whole thing, the district is like, oh, well, if the strike lasts up to the senior graduation, then seniors are going to have to come back during the school day because they still got to make up days, which I think is fucking bullshit. And literally, it's like they're punishing us for no reason. And people keep saying, oh, but it's for the students, it's for the students. But in reality, what's really happening is that they're doing this shit at, like, a most crucial time where people are doing finals and fucking trying to race to make up whatever they have to make up, get their grades up higher so they can actually do a decent or good job. And we're not even able to fucking take any tests that we need to take or anything because of the whole school closure. And one school district I know of, I'll probably look at some point to see if any other districts do this, but one district in my area in particular, what they're doing is, for seniors specifically, once graduation day hits, then they can not come back. So they don't have to make up all the days. It's like only up till graduation day, and then that's it. So for other grades, they have to make them up. And it also cuts into the summer break, so it's almost like summer school in a way.
Even for seniors?
Even for seniors, yes. So it's like even after graduation, they're like, oh, we don't want to hand you our diploma until you're done with all the days. And I'm just going to sit here like, well, fuck you. I'm just not going to show up for those days because that's bullshit.
I learned everything already. Give me my diploma.
Yeah, exactly. It's fucking ridiculous. And of course, it had to happen on the last fucking possible year of my high school.
And the last possible year, last possible month.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
Timing.
Do this. Can't you plug in your cell? Stay on YouTube and drink. Oh, I see. Okay. Anyways, so yeah, basically this also doesn't go for high schools specifically. No, this goes for pretty much all schools as far as I can. Like, earliest I've seen is elementary, but it might be preschools. I'm not really sure how preschools work though, so I think I might be wrong on that. But what the fuck? What the fuck is that?
I think preschool is more voluntarily. I'm not sure. Is preschool required by law if you go to?
I think preschool is required because I've seen some elementary schools have preschool classes. So there you go.
I'm not sure it was required when I was in school. Maybe it was. Maybe I went for like 3 or 4 years of preschool before kindergarten.
I remember I did preschool.
Did you have half days of kindergarten or full days of kindergarten?
Huh?
Did you have kindergarten half days or full days?
I don't understand your question.
When I was in kindergarten, we had half days. AM kindergarten and PM kindergarten. But I think nowadays they might have it full time.
when I was there, I don't remember any half-day thing. I believe it's full day.
Oh, yeah. I had half days. I was a morning kindergarten class.
Interesting.
It was school from 9. The AM class was like 9 to 12, and then the PM class was like 12 to 3. You only have to go for half the days. So how's your bleeding dog?
You already asked that at the beginning of the podcast.
I did. Oh, wow.
And also, she's not even bleeding at this point. Like we said, or like I said, I don't know why I said we, but like I said, she had her surgery already, and she has stitches right now, about 50, from what I was told. But right now, she's fine. Yeah, I think that's pretty much the gist of what happened for Red Fred and my dog. Like I said, nobody knows when schools are going to open up back here, but from what I've been seeing, I mean, only 2 states I know that happened with the strike thing were here, obviously, because I live here, and in Colorado, because of what I was told from Brandon and Jesse. And it seems like that. It seems like that Colorado hasn't been affected as much as Phoenix or Arizona, I guess. Arizona just seems to be the most affected right now, because I guess Arizona has the least amount of funding for education compared to other states. And honestly, I don't know about you, but I just don't really support the education system, period. Not because of the teachers specifically, but because the whole system is shit in general. It's not, for me, it's not about, oh, I disrespect teachers. No, I disrespect the entire fucking system. Yeah, there's nice people in the system, but that doesn't make the system any better. You know? It's really fucking stupid. Like, the whole thing is trash, honestly. Like I said, there's good people, there are some good people in there, but it's just not a good system. They don't teach us fundamental things, like, other than, you know, the basics when you're young, but other than that, not really. I believe that in high school, they should teach you, like, what to do past high school. Like, all they seem to do now is, oh, we're going to pressure you on getting into college or some other school, but mainly college, and, you know, college is the best thing ever, but what they don't seem to tell you is, oh, college isn't for everyone, it's going to cost you a fuckload of money. Well, I guess they kind of do tell you that, but they don't really depict it as, like, how it actually is. They depict it as a, oh, you know, it's going to cost money, but, you know, you can get scholarships, it's fine, but they don't realize how expensive college can actually be. They don't ever talk about other forms of schooling, like trade schools. They never talk about trade schools. They only seem to talk about college in general. And yeah, they pressure you on college, and they don't really talk about much other than college, really. I mean, unless you're working with specific people, like counselors, face value, they'll just tell you, oh, go to college, that's what you need to do next. But it's really stupid. I just don't get it. The only time I've been taught about anything besides college was taxes, like, you know, paying bills and all that, but there was one major flaw. I was taught that in 8th grade, the end of middle school. Do you think I'm really going to care about that in that point of time in my life? Not really. I mean, I commended them, even to this day, I commended them for trying to teach me and the rest of my class, that kind of stuff. But the fact of the matter is that at that point in time, for 8th graders, that's way too early for them. They're not going to fucking care. And
Yeah,
by the time they're out of high
wait.
school, it's already going to be too late. They're going to not remember pretty much anything up to that
Yeah, at
point.
least wait till like a middle, like maybe sophomore year when you're at sophomore junior year when you're at the job age.
Mhm.
To get like 15, 16, you get jobs the first time in the middle of high school.
Yeah, required classes shouldn't be about, like, maths that you're not going to need. It should be more about actually fucking surviving in the real world. The real world as an outside school, because that's what people seem to refer the world as, the quote-unquote real world. It's really weird. I don't know why, but anyways, like, they should teach you, you know, fucking how to manage money, how to fucking, you know, pay bills and stuff like that, I guess. I don't really know how to describe it too well, but, you know, typically stuff like that, and maybe some other stuff that I don't know of, and have those as required classes. I mean, yeah, we can still have classes that are extracurricular where we just do whatever, learn another language, or, you know, stuff like that. Actually, speaking of languages, I actually saw a video talking about this very thing, and this is where my idea is coming from. And this person actually mentioned that as a bonus, the school system should be required to have us learn another language fluently, at least one other language, because, let's be honest, people fucking barely know how to speak English, it seems like. You look online and you just see so many fucking spelling mistakes, it's not even funny. They just make the most basic mistakes possible, and I don't know if that's just because most of these people that make mistakes are kids, or if that's really lazy, but it just seems like sometimes people don't know how to speak English, their first language. Really sad. I've actually... It's so bad that I was actually told in a League of Legends match, when I was playing League of Legends at the point in time, that I had really good grammar, and I guess the whole thing that people do in League of Legends during a match is they quickly type, but for me, I actually fucking tried to have good grammar and shit, so I was actually commended for it. If I get commended for that shit, then there's a problem.
I can't type it in games at all. I barely like that's why I prefer voice chat when I'm playing games like on Discord or whatever, like Discord or Team or Ventrilo or Skype, because screw typing stuff. No time for that. Gotta talk.
Well, yeah. I do personally think that they should try and make us learn a language other than English. I don't know if I should think that it should be a set language, because it seems like the second most popular language in America is Spanish. I mean, I might be wrong on that, but every other time I've seen someone else speak another language, 95% of the time it was Spanish. So I don't know if Spanish should be the second language people should learn as like a forced thing, or if people should learn whatever language they want. So I'm kind of divided on that, but I do think it would be cool to choose what you do want to learn, instead of just having the whole other language thing as a secondary thing. I mean, of course, we still need to push English, but like, instead of having the English like we have it in high schools where it just teaches you jack fucking all, it should actually teach you legitimate English. Like, I swear, it's like in high school they teach you about Shakespeare, and that's a whole different English language because it's not up to date. And it's like, what the fuck? I can't read this. I have to have someone interpret this like it's a whole different language. The fuck? No, instead of learning about Shakespeare as like a forced thing, we should have actual English lessons where we fucking learn how to be a better writer and not this fucking ring around the rosy bullshit. I mean, if people want to learn about Shakespeare, you know, I'm fine with that, but don't have it as a required thing is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, yeah, well, that's right. Yeah, Ryan, obviously, but I'm thinking more about speak. When you talk about English, I'm thinking about speaking English. Like like not the Spanish, like people in the in this country, people speak English differently.
What do you mean differently?
They talk differently. People talk
like
in
how
New York,
so?
New York, they talk differently than they do in Ohio. In Tennessee, they talk differently.
Are you saying like accents or slang?
Yeah, accent, slang, both.
Oh well, okay. Accents, I don't have a comment on that. But for slang, that's probably having to do with just different areas and slightly different cultures. I mean, more or less cultures in America are the same, but there's some slight differences in different places, and you can kind of tell that there's slight differences, and slang is a part of that, so I think it might be a given.
Like the soda pop debate.
Yeah, I mean, to be completely honest with you, I don't think that classes would have to really go too deep into it. I mean, they can talk about the idea of slang, but in terms of learning slang words, that's kind of your own thing. You have to learn it with experience. You can't just be taught that, because like one word can be different, have a bunch of different meanings in the slang area, and I think trying to teach people that would be way too much. Then it's like much more work than it's worth. And I mean, honestly, it's a thing that can be easily learned with experience. If you know what they're talking about, then you're fine. You don't really need a whole class to learn what each slang word means. But you can definitely talk about the idea of slang. That is teachable, but the word specifics, too ambitious. Yeah.
Hey, and Snick, just Twitch during my live streams, not during your Let's Plays. But anyways, but
I didn't say you had to stay on YouTube. I said I'm not moving to Twitch.
Well, I mean, but for my chat, you're going to have to eventually.
Wah, wah.
Because I'm not posting on YouTube forever.
Wah, wah. I just won't read the chat. Wah, wah.
Oh my god.
It was lots of video either, but
actually, here's a question: why do you want to go straight to Twitch for live streams specifically?
I don't know. It's easier, I guess.
Here.
Yeah, but anyways, but we'll talk about that later, I guess. But I decided to do it one day and like screw YouTube, because you've hit a list for a long time. Screw YouTube for lots of stuff. You hate YouTube too for a long time.
Yeah, I hate YouTube. A lot of the time, it's a love-hate relationship. But I have had moments in the past where I fucking just despised YouTube for a while because of major shit that was going on at the time.
I'm gonna put my archives on YouTube still. Like if I upload it, I'm gonna put them on YouTube probably and highlight for them. But I see if I might go back to YouTube eventually. But right now, at least right now, I'm phasing it out slowly in live streams. You know, I would have phased it out already if you hadn't found. I would have, like I said, I would have already done Twitch full time for podcast if you hadn't like found that restream thing. Oh,
so I indirectly extended the time on YouTube.
So I give people the time to check over. But yeah, so it's been 2 hours now. It's time to. It's too sick to talk about his week and stuff, his finals and stuff. So we'll talk about that Saturday, I guess. But anyways, Twitch or whatever you do, Twitch or YouTube, be sure to watch us this Saturday. Teachers, go on strike if you must, but don't let it affect kids' summer vacations.
Yeah, exactly. Do it during a summer vacation. Teachers still have to work during summer break anyways, so it still has an effect. Hell, you can even threaten to not start the school year on a specific date and extend the summer break, so at least kind of... I mean, it affects the students in a positive way, because it's not a big time of the year specifically. I mean, it kind of is, but it's not as bad as doing it at the end where people are doing major tests and all. So, it's more positive than negative, in my opinion.
See. Also, if you go get free ice cream, just make sure you have the gas to back it up. See. Oh, yeah. Whenever you use to edit your videos, just make sure the final product is awesome. And what's our first subject again?
Sleeping and...
Oh, yeah.
Like, we talked about lucid dreaming.
Oh, sleeping. Stupid iPhone.
I knew it was Siri. I barely heard that.
But anyways, and get a good night's sleep tonight, folks, and dream about being on the podcast.
Like in the podcast as Skype call?
No, people dream about us in their dreams.
Oh.
The fuck?
He feels uncomfortable about that.
In your dream, be like I'm listening to podcasts in my dreams.
Whoa!
Anyways, never stop learning. Enjoy the randomness. We'll see you Saturday.
Bye bye.